Hi, it's me, Allie, your melanin sister, and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Melanin Masterclass, where we refresh, renew, and reveal a new you for a life you love. In my last video, I touched on the topic of words and thoughts and how that affects our destiny. Do we want abundance? Do we want happiness? Do we want health? Absolutely. Sign me up, right? We all want those things. But how do we get that? We talked about the fact that we get 100% of the results that we speak and we think, whether we speak that to ourselves or we speak that to others. Think about it. Are we always that person that's negative, or we are saying negative words that we're not aware of? People kind of will shy away from us or will not want to participate with us if every time they come over or every time they speak with us, we have something negative to say. And just a note about that, saying negative things about others or thinking negatively about others inherently puts that into our subconscious minds, and it affects us even more than it affects that person. As a matter of fact, it may not affect that person at all, because what we say with our mouths and what we think with our own minds, our brains think that we're talking about ourselves. So listen, guys, let's put an end to talking badly or negatively about others, because inherently it only holds us back and it affects us, not that person. Anyway, let's get into the topic, right? So the power for words and our thoughts, it directly affects our destiny. If we go left or we go right or we go straight. Changing these words and replacing them with high energy words instead of low energy words and thoughts can directly affect our lives and change it for the better. It's not easy. It's not easy. I call it switching. So for a long time, I practiced this. Every time I said a low energy word or thought, I immediately said, I identified it and switched it to something different, until using high energy words became part of my word pattern more than the low energy ones. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. And sometimes I find myself in that same pattern, right? Of saying bad instead of good and all those kind of things. But making an effort to do this is going to be so beneficial for us. You'll find yourself happier, you'll find yourself lighter, and you'll find that people are just attracted to you. Jobs are attracted to you. You go into the shop and someone says, it's not a big deal, that's for free. You'll see how this change can affect the way people see us and the way people view us. All right, so let's jump into it, right? Shall we? We are going to call this the switch session. All right, here are some words and phrases that you can say in order to switch your words and thought patterns, okay? So the first one, I have notes. The first one is, that's not bad. That's not bad. Change that to, that's quite good. No problem. I'm Jamaican. Lord, we love to say no problem, man. No problem, man. No problem, man. But inherently, we're bringing in the problems by saying no problem, right? So instead of saying no problem, we say, you're very welcome. That's bad. That's bad. Still, instead of saying that, you say, that's not good. That's not good. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about a thing. Instead of saying don't worry, say you will be fine. You'll be fine. It's too hard. It's too hard. Instead of that, say it's not easy. It's not easy, but I'm going to try. I'm so sick. I'm so sick. Instead of saying that, say I don't feel well. I don't feel well. I don't feel well. I forgot. I forgot. Instead of saying I forgot, we're going to say I didn't remember. I didn't remember. Don't forget. Don't forget to put the lock down. Don't forget to put the key in the flower pot or whatever. Instead of saying don't forget, say Please remember. Please remember. I've been working so hard. Instead of that, say, I've been working very well. I've been working very well. Instead of diet, you say eating plan. I'm on an eating plan. I'm on a different eating plan. Because diet, the brain just does not respond well to the word diet. And that body thinks that it's going into starvation, right? So you're going to say you're on an eating plan. Instead of saying fat, saying not slim. I'm not as slim as I'd like to be. Don't say I'm fat. Okay. All right. So that is a very good list of words that I try to use from switching from the low energy into the high energy word patterns. All right. And other things and techniques that you can do is, I mentioned this in my last video briefly, but clear the word don't from your vocabulary, right? We all know that when you tell someone don't do something, you're actually telling them what you don't want them to do, right? You should instead go and say exactly what you want them to do. Because, as even kids, if you say, don't touch the hot stove, you know what's going to happen? They're going to touch the hot stove, right? So clear don't from your dealings with others, because it also comes off very negatively to tell someone don't do something. Instead, you want to be direct about what you actually want them to do. Please do this. Make sure, remember to do this. Don't say don't. Don't say don't. I just said don't. Well, whatever. You got the picture. All right. All right. So clear also this, the phrase have to, should. Those words imply some kind of resentment to do something. You don't really want to do it, but I should. I have to do it. Instead, say, I will do this. I am going to do this right now. I am doing this. I will. Okay. So clear have to or should. Clear the words try. This is a really, really important one that we all say, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to go over to Publix after to do some shopping. It means that you're not going to do it. Try implies failure automatically. Did you know that some hypnotherapists have used the word try to ensure that someone fails to do something? That is very true. So please, whenever you speak, do not use the word try. Instead, use exactly what you will be doing. I am going to, I am ready to do this now. All right. Clear the word but from your vocabulary. That is another big one, because we all know that anything that comes anything that came before the but implies that it wasn't true or you're making an excuse, right? So the excuse comes after the but, and anything you said before kind of doesn't matter, right? So you want to clear the word but from your vocabulary, because you want to be very direct and you want to show that you're not making excuses and you are going to do something. Instead of the word but, you're going to use the word and, right? So instead of saying, you know what, Stacy, you got good grades in your English test and you're such a good student, but you know what, your math scores You're telling Stacy that you don't really think she's a good student, but this is that. Instead, say, Stacy, you did very well in your spelling test, and you should continue to try harder in math. Right? So anyway, maybe a bad example, but you got the picture. Don't use the word but, use the word and instead. Use high energy words when you speak, right? I'm like high energy. High energy. Anyway, high energy for you. High energy for you. I'm just like Oprah giving away cars, right? So use the word joy, laughter, good, love, abundance, success, free. Instead, use those words in your day-to-day life. Look up on the internet, on Google, look up high energy words and try to incorporate those in every single sentence or word that you use to others and yourself. All right. Clear low energy words and start using those high energy words instead. All right. So we go from using high energy words in our everyday speech every time we speak We use it high energy, joy, laughter, fun, excited, love. I love this. 2, incorporating the now. So speak in the now. Okay. Your subconscious mind responds to what's happening now. If you say, I will be successful, I will do this, I will be healthy, I will do. No, you're telling your brain that it's not important right now. It can wait, right? So there is no rush on your part to get what you need accomplished. Say, I have the relationship I want right now. I am ready to have the relationship I want right now. I am ready to be as successful as I can be right now. I am successful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Those things might not be true at this time in your, in reality, but when you use the word now, you have your mind start getting that process to make those things happen now. Okay. Clear the word will and replace it and speak in the now. I am. Remember, anything that you say, I am, anything comes directly after that, it will be so. Okay. All right. So where are we? Adding a health connection. So when you speak, always add a health connection to what you want, right? Your body and your subconscious mind is primitive. It wants survival. It wants to make sure you stay healthy. It wants to make sure you're stay well. So every time you think about doing something or you say you're going to do something, always connect it back to health and wellness, because then your brain, your subconscious mind is going to search high and low for that to come true. For example, I am successful because it makes me happier, it makes me more relaxed, and it makes me more healthy. I can afford better foods. I can afford a healthier and relaxing lifestyle, that kind of thing. So always connect things. I am experiencing good relationships because it makes me feel so much happier, so much relaxed, and my blood pressure is just so much lower when I'm happy, right? My stress levels are so much lower because I'm happy, because I have the relationships I want, right? So speak and in the now and always connect it to health and wellness, okay? Why? Another thing, use the word because. Your brain is inquisitive, so when you say, I am happy, I am wealthy right now because it allows me to be more relaxed and more healthy, right? You are telling the brain why something should happen, and using the word because answers the question of why, right? So that is it. Use because when you speak, because it answers to yourself, your subconscious mind, as to why something should happen. All right, another note about now, right? We talked about now before, but now is like pressing the enter key on our computer. Bam! When you say, I am doing this now, it's like pressing enter. Press enter into your life now, people. It's now your time. It's your time to shine. Press enter. Say now. Press enter and press enter into the magic. Well, what am I saying? I'm getting carried away here. Say now and press enter and enter the magic into your life. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway. All right, where am I? All right, okay. So anyway, so this is kind of the end of today's series. And the last thing, and the word that I use so frequently nowadays is like, all of this is just so overwhelming. It's like learning a new language. Whenever I cannot find the right high energy word to use, I use the word interesting. You know what? I just heard something and it's interesting. I saw that girl over there and yeah, I must say our conversation was interesting. How was last night? Did you like the ladies that you met? Oh, it was interesting. All right. So I'm not saying anything bad, because remember, I don't want to talk bad about anything or anyone to bring that into my life, but it wasn't great, So it's either it wasn't that good, or I use the word interesting a lot, right? When I can't find that word that I'm looking for right away, I say, it was interesting. Anyway, so that's it for today. And I'm hoping that you found this video very, very helpful. Please like or comment on the video if you found it helpful. Use some of these words, change your life. Believe me, we have the power to 100% change the course of our lives and influence our lives. Like and subscribe because this is YouTube and it's really, really important. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today on Melanin Masterclass, and I hope to see you next time. Walk good. Bye.